Okay.
All right.
You look handsome.
Thank you, dear. All right, so welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 of the greenhouse build. As I said before, we're going to do the roof and the metal sides on this, and then start a layout of the windows for this section of video. So have fun, join us, and we're going to put the roof in there. I've got my best helper in the world with me today, which is my wife, and let's get on with the build. You go underneath it. I crawled on my hands and knees. Oh. I know. That's how I bonked my head.
Well, it's hard.
So as you can see, I got the boss out here today helping with putting the slats up on the roof. And it is wonderful working with her. She's my other half. She keeps me in line. Other than the fact I keep dropping stuff on the ground and have to come down and get it, that's kind of where we're at. Yes. You mean you're in a pickle?
Because I made your
You handed a pickle.
Here.
You need to move it so you can have it. That's funny stuff right there. She measured it and pinned herself in. At least we didn't nail it.
Funny. Those are for certain anatomical parts. Right there.
So as you can see behind me, I put a little bit of the roof up there. It's been raining a couple of days. It's really hard to film in the rain because the camera keeps getting wet. So give you a little shot of what I've done so far. A little bit there. I'm putting some bird blocking in, and then I'm putting the plastic on top, covering that. So I've got this side almost all the way done, and I'll finish up the other side. And then we're going to work on between here and here on both sides all the way up to the front, putting the horizontal 2x4 in, which will be what the metal. Yep, I'm not getting much of a break. It's raining again. I'm going to call it quits for a little while, especially since I need a few more roofing screws and some more decking screws. But I've got 2 of the sides done. As far as the horizontal 2x4 with the metal hook too, the front or this side here in the back, and then I haven't decided what I'm going to do back there yet on the block wall, whether I come up another block high or what. It makes sense to come up another block high and make it even with the 2x4. So we will see. But at this point, I'm going to go inside. It's raining. I'm using 3.5-inch deck screws to put it up, and then I'll go back and lag it with 7-inch lags to give it a screw it. Like so. That's hard on the shoulder when I don't have any strength in it. Okay, so that's going to give it some stability there. What I'll do is pre-drill a hole, and the lag will go in about right there, like that. Both top and bottom. So it'll be right about here. Where it's going to go. So pre-drill a hole so I don't split the 4x4 post out. I'll do top and bottom like that, and that should make it strong. That's going to give this a little bit of strength this way, and it's also helping with some of the swaying. I mean, right now it's already tightened up that with these braces on here. This, and then I will do the same thing with the braces. I'll do the same thing from this middle post up to there, both front and back, so a 4-foot piece there. So all I did was I took a 4-foot 4x4, cut a 45 on both sides, measured down 4 foot, cut the same 45 the other way, and then continued down from that cut. So I got 2 equal 45s on there to make the 90-degree angle. You say, well, that's going to be low and hit your head. Well, there'll be a planter box that comes out to about here, so even I should be okay, and the wife is a little bit shorter than I am, so you're fine. Same with there. There'll be a planter box on that side that comes out, and so it shouldn't do anything, and this will give you strength in the middle. So let's continue. Perfect. .85 inches, half of 84 is 42 and a half. 2 and a half for 85 inches. To the point. $20 and a half. Okay. Now I just got to put the metal hangers on the inside of this one, and it'll be ready to go. Okay, I'm getting ready to lay out the floor in the tracks. So I notched this here because what is going to happen is actually there's going to be a 2x6 that comes here. It's going to be part of the door jamb. So I didn't want to put the 2x6 on top of the tracks. But what I wanted to do is at least have a spot where it's in tight enough. So I just put a 2x4 there to get the depth. And we'll put this first one down. We're going to do actual decking screws on this edge here, and then we've got the hidden fasteners for everything in between, so you won't be walking on screws or anything. Because there's an inch gap, what I'm going to do to save time and save material, because it would take almost a whole Trex board to put in there, I'm just going to use some of my scrap 1x4 lumber and lay in there and screw it down. It's flush with the outside of the 4x4. It gives it more kind of a gradual lip, so you don't get a pile of stuff piling in there. And that should look pretty good. So let's get to putting the floor down. So these are the little hidden fasteners that you use to put them down on the hidden Trex. Pretty self-explanatory. They go in and go that way. They do have a guide in here you can use for setting this stuff up, but I don't use it. This is not the first time I've put Trex down, and it seems to be easy. The only thing you got to be careful about is when you're starting them. Obviously, don't put your finger down there because we're underneath, because you screw the screw and it's easy to want to hold it like this when you push it in, and that's where the screw is. So it kind of hurts, but they lay out. My helper and I are getting her done. I know. Okay. Well, so there's what the metal will look on the side. I'll get the line's not straight. I'll get a...
The line's not straight.
This one I went down like that.
Oh.
It's okay, it's backside.
It's okay.
Anyways, that's what the metal looks like. I'll have a 2-foot piece left over that I can put in there, cover that up. I'm not worried about screwing the corners off because I'm going to have a trim that goes over the corner, a corner cap that goes over it, and that's actually what will hold that in tight. I may put a, depending on how much I have left over, I may put a trim here to match that, but we'll see how much I have left over. I think I've got plenty to do that, but that way it'll look like the last one. It'll have the 2x6 sitting on the top, which I can get one of those. Let me grab me one of those little ones. So the 2x6 will sit over just like that, so it'll give it about 1.5 inches, 2-inch lip coming over the edge, and this is what the windows sit on. So it strengthens this up a little bit. It just boxes it and makes it look good. And so that's kind of where we're at. Continue moving on. We got half the floor down, which is what I wanted to get, so we had the door area covered before I put the metal on it and have to work around that. Now we can finish the floor. I can do the metal in the front. I just got to put some vertical braces in the front, and then we'll be putting that metal up. Okay, so what I'm going to teach you today is you can actually cut metal with your skill saw with a regular wood blade. It's not going to hurt the blade at all, and you can do it. So you just got to go. And to prove the point, still cuts. It's an old blade to begin with, but there's no need to reverse the blade. Alright, I think we're going to call it quits for the day. We got quite a bit done. We got two sides with the metal on. I think it looks good. We got the top piece on top of the metal. I don't have the corner trim on that corner yet. This is what the windows will set on once we lay them out. So we'll go that way. I've got part of the door frame done, as you can see. And you can see the door laying in there on the floor. So that'll go in this door frame. I'll shim up the top a little bit. So that. I still have to put a vertical 2x4 down there. I may just come down alongside this 2x6. That way there's stuff for the tin to nail to, or screw to. And we've got to put the rest of the flooring in, but we've got quite a bit done today, and that's where we're at. It's starting to rain. Been out here most of the day, almost all day, so we'll get back at it once we get some daylight. Today we're putting the door in, finishing up the flooring, and once the flooring boards are down, I'll run the metal across all the way over to the edge of the door, and then cut the 2x6 for the top, and then it'll be 100% ready for windows. Go on. Oh, we got a doorknob. Friend Jeff is here. He's going to cut some door stops to put in here so it doesn't come this way. We wanted it opening in that way if it's windy or anything, it blows in as opposed to coming out here and tweaking on it. Lily's found her home already. She likes it in here. So we're getting her done.
Those pieces spoken for up there, the 1x4s,
No, they can be used also.
I won't have to rip those down.
Yeah, that's fine. Rather than breaking a 2x4.
Two and a half inch.
Seven and a half. 3 5/8. those of you that have never done corner trim before, and maybe some of you that have, it's always best to build your corner first. That way you just slide it on over the corner, and it's got a tight fit. That'll be the corner out in the front. There you go, you got a nice corner. I'll put a couple screws on this side and we'll call it good. Keep that metal nice and tight, doing that. Looks like I hit a screw. Let's go a different angle. So there we go, we got a corner trim on. So that bottom corner, nice and straight, nice and tight. So if you build trim, so you do, you can see I've got one in the middle right there. I've got to put one in the middle underneath the ladder next, and then I'm out of screws for the day. Let's get it done.
Well, this is going to end part 2 of the greenhouse build. I did the 3rd layer of block in the back with some anchor bolts. That'll have to sit up overnight. And then I can put, what I'm going to do is those 1x6 that you saw me put on for trim, laying there, I will run one across the bottom directly on top of it, because those are treated on top of the center blocks. And then it'll put a 2x4 over that, which will be what the metal anchors to, and the metal will come up. And then we're going to start putting windows in. That'll be taking place tomorrow. We'll start putting windows in. That'll be part 3, and we'll get this thing done. Be finished. The only thing it won't have will be beds inside. And the wife has said that she wants to have it all enclosed, and then she'll start figuring out how she wants to arrange beds in it and do that. So it'll be something later date that we get done for that. But otherwise, we're done with part 2, and next week you'll get to see part 3. Enjoy. God bless.
and have fun.